Oh, you can set it as intro before. Is it playing?
No, it's live.
Are we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 19. Oh, no, you've muted me. Oh,
What's happened?
just play the video.
How do I play it? Yeah. Hello, everybody. What a great start to tonight's Welsh chess chat. As I try to play a video, fail. Don't take us off, and yeah, by all means, please take the mic in the chat and clip that as well. That's perfectly fine by me for you to do that. Welcome to another episode where we look at what's going on in Welsh chess, and I'm joined tonight by Mr. Alex Bullen. How are you, Alex?
I'm good, thanks, John. I'm good.
Yeah, just where the big question? Where's Johan Rees?
Where is Johan Rees?
Is it there?
Well,
No?
Also, maybe what's Johan's excuse is also a good question.
Well, I think this is one of those occasions, right, where I mean, I'm quite tired today, so I was thinking, oh, do I have to do this? I think actually I do enjoy doing this, so therefore let's go on this. But just so everybody knows, he stopped replying to messages because I think he plans this. To be honest, I really do. I mean, he's got kids, so he'll use that as an excuse, and we can't say shit to that. Which is fair enough. What time? How can you see time on Facebook messages?
I'm not sure, but everything that wasn't about Welsh chess chat, he was straight on replying, wasn't he?
Yeah, so half six is when he started. He stopped replying. So something's happened. He was all full of it earlier today, talking about the cheating stuff and everything. And yeah, he was loving that, wasn't he? And who's this 1900 doing streaming? Who's got 71k views or whatever it might be. So he was messaging all fine and dandy then. Then all of a sudden, he goes blank. Thursday nights, he's got to actually do some work for a change, and he's disappeared, hasn't he? So we'll see. Well, if he wants to lift down to the Welsh Chess Championships, then he's going to have to book his ideas up. I'll tell you that right now.
At the moment, he's lost his lift and his accommodation in the space of 3 minutes, hasn't he?
Well, let's see if he plays 4NCL weekend first, and then we'll take away his accommodation.
Oh, good plan.
Yeah,
good plan.
You need him for that, right?
Maybe if he gets 2 out of 2, he can redeem himself and he can win back his accommodation. Right?
He can win it back. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I did see that post actually from the chat. This is hilarious. This is. I saw that. I saw the conversation that Kramnik accused. He's like put a list of all the top players, like that Jospen, Hikaru, and whoever it was, their percentages of how they scored, and then he's put Andrew Tang, and it was Andrew Hong. I mean, this is just ridiculous, isn't it? It just Kramnik is just in a league of his own. That he just accuses everybody of being a cheat in some way, and he can't seem to do anything else.
He has lost the plot, but I mean, it's one thing to accuse people of cheating. At least accuse the right person.
No, I mean, it's just. I mean, and the problem is. We think. I think you're maybe in a bit more agreement. I don't know that he is actually onto something. Is that the consensus?
Yeah. I mean, he's completely onto something. It's just his methodology of going about it. It's just chaotic. The thing is, it's like he has a good idea because he's going about it like a crazy old man, as opposed to like a civilized individual. Everyone's ignoring him. Yeah. He's probably doing more damage than he is help.
I don't know if I agree with that part of everybody's ignoring him. I think maybe everybody's looking at anything that he posts with like, how can we ridicule this? How can we take this argument apart? It's a shame really, because it actually does take somebody who's got maybe some respect behind them to actually start not accusing these people, but maybe come out with the facts of what's going on, because I think that there is a general consensus that there are a few people in there that have made some money from doing this over the past year. Because Title Tuesday, do you know what the prizes are for Title Tuesday? I think was it 1,000 for first place? Is it?
I believe it is 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then it probably goes down something like what 500, 300, 200, 100, something like that for the top 5 places. And I guess if you've played in it twice, because there's 2, the early one and the late one, for the past year. Has that been going on? Is that right?
Yeah, probably a bit longer.
They didn't used to do it every week, though, did they? It used to be like every month or something like that.
It used to be once a month, and then it was every Tuesday. Now it's twice every Tuesday.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's over a year that can really ramp up. And I guess if you're a professional chess player at the extreme top, then, I mean, you must be doing really badly if that's what your income is. But, I mean...
nice pocket money, though, right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Pocket money for sure, especially for sitting at home and just using a computer to do some moves. That'd be quite nice. But we can't get away with that, Alex, because we'll get called out straight away for it, and we have to play properly and lose our games in Title Tuesday properly. But let's talk more about Welsh chess. Although, actually, just on that, I'm pretty sure Jose played somebody. Who did Jose play? Did I send it to you? I think he messaged me, didn't he?
Jose did play someone.
Who did Jose play? I'm pretty sure he messaged me. And I'm trying to think, where did he message me on? Was it WhatsApp? I'll try and find it maybe later on as well. I'm pretty sure he messaged me. Ferrugia, yes, it was Ferrugia, who he said was absolutely rapid at playing. And destroyed him. But okay, let's talk about Welsh chess, because that's what we're here to do, and that's obviously what everybody wants to know about, because nobody cares about what happens in the world of chess. We only want to know what's going on in Welsh chess and any Welsh chess players that play chess. So today's lineup, we've got it looks like a very few things on the list here, but it's actually going to be quite a long time, because we've got the calendar and the ratings to check up. I'm pretty sure the calendar is going to be a big topic. There's loads of great tournaments coming up now. So we're we're going to have a big focus on that. Obviously, the Welsh Championship is heating up. We'll really want to have a look at the runners and riders so far, who we expect to enter, who might enter. And that's in both sections, by the way. So we'll have a look at that. Alex has got a little update on the Welsh Chess Premier League for us. Thank you very much, Mr. Blood. We have a Welsh chess player. Is he still in Prague?
I guess so. The tournament finished today, so it depends when his flight was. But
yep, I haven't actually been checking how he's been getting on or anything, so I'm looking forward to this, which is why I've still got the picture of him up on the PowerPoint. And then also we'll have a look at some Title Tuesday games, or I guess I could put here / local league games.
Yeah, because I think Title Tuesday was Johan, because I didn't play.
So. Oh, really? Was it? Okay, right, okay.
Yeah, he literally said earlier when you were messaging, he's like, I've got an amazing swindle in Title Tuesday. I'll have to show it on chat.
Oh,
and he just didn't join the chat.
Yeah, of course. There's also another update here from the chat as well, which I think we need to probably read out. So the call for, there has been quite a few British Championship calls for tenders, actually. And I guess that technically is Welsh chess because it's British. So I guess we should technically review the British Rapid play as well. We did have 2 Welsh entrants in it. You're trying to think who they are. Oh, you might know them. No, I don't know.
I feel like I did see it at the time, but yeah.
I mean, they were probably not going to be like contenders for winning it, but obviously to flying the flag proud, I should imagine, is what we'll say. But yeah, so British Rapid plays just happened, so maybe we'll have a look at that. And then, of course, the British tender's gone out, which means that there's the tender for coaching and also the commentary at the British Championships. I was part of one of them last time. I've not put my name forward this time for anything, but if I am free, I'll call the organisers and tell them that I can slot in anywhere, or if you can get me over to Hull and back in the day. I know, which is not going to happen. But also the arbitering as well. So if people want to, basically we've got the British Chess Championships, which is mainly entered by English flag players, basically being run by Kevin Staveley, who's Welsh flagged.
Well, hold on. Brainwave.
Oh,
They're looking for commentators. So they need a charismatic duo to be talking about chess. We're literally doing an audition right now.
No, you don't get it, do you? So it's not about whether you're good at commentating or not. It's who you're mates with.
We can be mates with Kevin.
No, well, I'm sure we can. No, but you have to. It's actually quite hard work. You have to basically put in a whole tender process where you fill in a form with these are the hours that you're going to do. These are the interviews that you're going to do. You've got to look after all the software and all the hardware, and this is how much you expect to be paid. So essentially, somebody might come in cheaper than you, for example, or they might have people that are maybe grandmasters rather than a FIDE master and a candidate master. So we wouldn't actually be seen as being that good, basically.
Oh no, it would be the worst people going in.
Yeah,
but would be the best at doing it. Like,
yeah.
Last year they had Gormally doing it. He was dreadful.
Well, I mean, the thing is about Danny. I'm sure he's going to appear later on in the stream tonight. Is that yes, he is maybe. I think he's an acquired taste, but he definitely gave it something different to the norm, didn't he? And he definitely broaches really difficult subjects. And he kind of doesn't care.
Yeah, you got that right. He just does not care. He was there for a job and couldn't be bothered.
It's quite amusing. I think one of his tweets from the weekend or Facebook post from the weekend was sat opposite somebody I accused of cheating a few years ago. Fair play, he wasn't. He was actually quite a good player. I'm just like, how can you just get past that so quickly? I don't know, but I mean. I'm in his new book, so I'm sure I'm kind of friends with him as well. I hope he does well, and I hope it improves. Okay, right. Okay, well, let's have a look at the Welsh Chess Union calendar and ratings. Let's see what's going on with these things, because the calendar is just so full at the moment, which is brilliant to see. We had this junior team blitz. I did see some photos of the winners. I don't know.
So it did happen.
It did happen. Yeah, it did happen. I think there was quite a few good teams as well. There was definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams turned up. So well done to all of those for turning up. Hopefully we can get some sort of post on here. Is there a post on here about who won it? Maybe.
No, I've not seen any results.
Not seen any results. Okay, it would be nice to see the results, but to be honest, I don't really think that this was really meant to be a big results kind of heavy. Let's report who are the best junior team in Wales. I think this was more about getting the children playing as a team and enjoying blitz chess, basically, which is exactly what chess is designed to do. So I think that would be a good thing. And this was last weekend, of course, wasn't it? So the WCPL. So we'll come on to that in your section, Alex, as well. But coming up. Nothing this weekend then. So this weekend is the 9th and 10th. Nothing for you, 9th and 10th.
But there are a lot of Welsh players playing in Wales, which whilst it's not in Wales, I can see the Welsh flag all over the entry list for that.
Where's that?
I think it's just over the border, like Somerset somewhere.
What's it called?
Wells.
Oh, Wells.
Peter Wells, but just Wells.
Okay, so Wells. Okay, well, we'll have a look at the results maybe afterwards then and come on to that. But I'm actually at the Wirral on Saturday and taking the Staffordshire junior team of under 9s to play against some other counties. Lots and lots of fun. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think for the first time ever, we might not come last.
Oh?
Yeah, I know. So this is our mission, to not come last.
That's a good mission.
I know. I mean, you can't get much worse. Okay, a big event here coming up in the 16th and 17th of March. I think that please, if you're watching in the chat, you're watching this on YouTube afterwards, get in touch with parents, get in touch with schools, probably primarily parents for me to try and get their children to come to this tournament. Primary schools on the Saturday, secondary schools on the Sunday. You don't have to enter as a team. There is an individual event alongside it for basically spare players, shall we say. Although I guess if you just want to turn it by yourself, then you can do. It's the rapid play tournament, and it was meant to be teams of 4. from the same school. Of course, if you're by yourself, there's an individual tournament as well. We've got some prizes going on there, but it's a great event to play as part of a team, have a good time. And it looks like it's 12 till 5:30. Let's have a look at the registrations. I think there is maybe one slight negative and down point about this event. Do you want to have a guess what that slight negative and down point about this event actually is?
Nope.
Well, it's the venue. The venue's at Cardiff Business School, Column Drive, Cardiff, which is a fantastic venue. Apart from, I've seen a report that you might have to pay £6 for parking.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought that was a bit, for me, that's not normal. Maybe I don't live in the capital city, so or a proper big city anyway. We're more of a amalgamation of conurbations here in Stoke-on-Trent. So these people here who drive them here might have a bit of a shock when they get there, because I wasn't aware of that.
I mean, it's probably one of those things where it's like, yeah, if you want to park directly outside the venue, I assume the venue has no car park. This is why, right?
I've got no idea. Really.
If you're happy to walk 5-10 minutes, you can find somewhere to park.
Yeah, you could, couldn't you? Okay, quite a few primary schools have entered here, which is fantastic to see. In secondary schools, please get the message out to schools and parents of children. Let's get as many entered into this as possible. And make it a massive event, because that really should be a huge event. There should be, you should be getting up to 20 to 30 each in each section there, and they're currently looking at around just over 10 for both. I'm sure they can easily double their numbers with a bit of a push, and then they'll build on it year on year as well.
Agreed. I think the secondary school's grown a lot since we last looked, though.
Has it?
I thought that was sort of, I think secondary was 6 or 7 last time we looked.
Okay.
It's now pretty much doubled. I mean, primary doesn't look like it's grown much. You'd expect to have, I think, twice as many primary schools.
Yeah, you would. The problem I've got with primary schools and getting them to play, I've actually had more success having the secondary schools playing against each other, even though the standard's still quite bad. But the primary schools, because if they've been trained at primary school by a chess teacher, they're like a million times better than the children that just turn up to play casually and have never had any kind of training. They just haven't. There's just such a massive discrepancy in their ability. Whereas the secondary school kids, even though some of them are still falling to the 4-move checkmate, most of them have that capability where they can go onto YouTube, shall we say, learn a little bit for themselves, and then come back to them applying it. Whereas the primary school kids can't really do that. So they stand a bit more of a chance. But yeah, please push that event. I think that would be fantastic. And then, of course, Welsh Championships coming up, followed shortly by the Tandem Tournament and the Hand and Brain Tournament, which is going to be obviously another big news. And when's the Welsh Rapid Play Championships? 20th of April. Okay. Might see if I can make these two, because I haven't played in these ever, I don't think. I don't think I've ever played in them.
Well, yeah, certainly not since I've been playing them, yeah.
Yeah, so and I don't think there's no more new events gone on at all. So, well, let's have a look at the Welsh Championships then before we look at the ratings, because we need to discuss this, don't we? I mean, one of the biggest, in fact, the biggest tournament of the calendar year in the world, and Welsh chess, of course. The Welsh Chess Championships taking place over Easter. Some have said it's inconvenient to take place over Easter. I think it's absolutely perfect for if you want to fit a 7-round tournament into 4 days. It encompasses the Welsh Ladies and Under-21 Championships, which hopefully we get enough Under-21s and ladies to enter, which would be good if they do.
When you say enough, you mean one, right?
Yeah, maybe. If you want to get your entry in, people, by the way, it goes up by £10 on the 15th of March. It's the 7th now. You've basically got a week. Get your entry in now. Send a message, as I was sent, because I didn't enter the first when it opened. Joe Fatala got me, and then Bullen gave me some grief about not entering. I haven't checked this actually today, Alex. Am I going to see any surprises, or is it the same 10 and 13 that were entered yesterday?
Well, it was updated only a couple of hours ago, it says there.
Okay,
so
right. Do you know what they probably do? They probably update it for the Welsh Chess Chat, don't they?
They would, wouldn't they?
If they've done that, then thank you very much. That's very nice of them. Let's have a click on the entrance. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's in. 11 entrants in here. Okay, who's the new one? Oh, Sven's in.
Sven?
Wow.
Another player I've got a terrible record with has entered. Brilliant. He's
a wily character, is Sven, and a nice guy to that. It's Good to see. And how many entrants have we got in here? 14. That's disappointing for the Open.
Yeah, I imagine there'll be a surge at some point. I'm confident the Open will reach 40.
Yeah, that needs to bulk up. They should be massively outpacing people in the closed section. 11 in the closed, 14 in the Open. What on earth are you doing over the Easter weekend? Like, what, going on holiday, being with your family? What kind of people are you? I mean, enter the Welsh Championships, especially the Major Open. You want to spend time with your family or anything like that, going places? No, play in a chess tournament. The best use of your time.
Right. But let's take a moment to appreciate like how crazy strong that is as well. Like over half the players are now FMs or IMs. I mean, I don't think there's been a Welsh in my lifetime that's happened.
I mean, it's fantastic to see, isn't it? It's great to see Jose, Daniel, Greg, obviously myself, Sven, Tim. I mean, to be honest, though, I'm looking at the ones just below that, and you're looking at the, let's say, the 5 non-title players. Okay, I've got a great record against Joe, but he's capable of. He was on top board in the last round last year, wasn't he? Or was that the year before that?
2 years ago,
I think.
But for example, he obviously shared in the October. He came joint first in that tournament with Jose.
Yeah,
he showed his character. Alan Pleasance, a former winner.
I mean, Alan Pleasance is he can take, if he gets it right, he can take half off anybody. I mean, he beat Sammy Kader, didn't he, in the last round of the Olympiad when we were there? Now that was obviously a bit of a. I don't think Sammy was maybe focusing as much as possible, but he's still capable of beating really strong players on his day. Michael Binks has done it in the past. I'm pretty sure he had much higher rating at some point.
He's an Olympian, apparently. He's been to a couple of Olympiads.
Yeah, and Sam Jukes, I've rated him and Joe working together and playing together all the time. They're active players, capable of getting results against anybody. And do we need to mention the other one that we haven't talked about yet?
I mean, it's rare you have an IM 5 FMs, but the favourite is the number 10 seed. I mean, it's unprecedented, isn't it?
I mean, I was actually going to start thinking if I had time to maybe put some odds together about this. And, obviously Rudy the Rocket Van Kemenard would be the number 1 seed.
He's the one no one wants to play. Give him that much.
Nobody wants to play Rudy. The only positive thing about playing Rudy is that you get a nice rest for your next game.
Not if you analyse with him.
Not if you analyse with him, no. Because if you analyse with him, that will go on for a long time, and you will always lose the analysis as well.
You'll just get riled before the next round.
Yeah, I mean, it's very strong at the moment, and I mean, but that should be an attraction for why people want to enter, right? I think we've seen some Facebook posts as well. Obviously, I'm expecting yourself to enter. I'm expecting Johan still to enter as well, which will make it even stronger when you both go in there. I mean, 2 more title players. But we also saw, was Carl Strugnell potentially thinking about entering from the Facebook post? Or is he?
There's noise, isn't there? He's making noise. So his last post was him asking for a lift, wasn't it?
Okay, right. Well, I'm not going to encourage people to do that. I don't want a rival to be helped with a lift. No. But I mean, okay, it's going to be. I remember, ages ago thinking that I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. I think I looked at who won the Welsh Championships. I was just like, and looked at who the entrants were, and it wasn't really a tournament worth going into because there wasn't enough competition or good players. And now, it's definitely worthwhile traveling down to play in this tournament. This is it's becoming the creme de la creme, isn't it? Really, Alex?
Yeah, mate.
Right, okay, well, let's have a look at the Open just to see who's... Obviously, we know that Mr. McKenna's already in there as well. Louise Woodcock, so good to see in Militia Evans as well. Good to see some females entering into the Open section.
And probably a reminder that if no women entered the championship, that one of those, as things stood, would become Welsh Ladies Champion.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Obviously, no, it wouldn't be fantastic that none of the women that can play in the closed section don't play in it, because there should be a load of them playing in it technically.
But how good would it be for, I don't know Louise, I don't know if she's a junior, but how good would that be for your motivation if you're 1300, go play an open, do fine, you become Welsh ladies champion. I mean, that would inspire you.
That would be amazing, isn't it? Sam said that he hopes some people enter into the first tournament because he'll have a bye first round. Otherwise, he doesn't want to buy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, this is the entrance so far. Yeah, there needs to be loads more people entering the game. Get your entries in now. You have to pay £10 more if you enter on the 15th. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing who enters the closed. But I think people might even enter 2 weeks' time, for the closed, so that we don't get preparation done for them. Have you started your preparation for this tournament, Alex?
Well, I'm not gonna really prepare because I'm playing lots of chess. That's my preparation.
So you're already kind of prepared for it.
And also, 2 years ago, for example, I just played a tournament before the Welsh. So I didn't do any special preparation for it. And it was the best one ever. And last year I prepared for it and it was dreadful. So it doesn't work. It's pointless.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to prepare specifically for individuals. So, I mean, for example, our game that we played, I mean, where did I get out of your preparation? You caught me with a surprise H6.
It's great. It's great H6.
It was fantastic. And then I played A3 and we're on our own from that point on.
Yeah, but that's what you want. You want to play chess, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to play some bookworm.
I think generally what I tend to do is don't necessarily prepare too much for individuals. But what I'll do is I'll have a look at what the most common openings are about what everybody plays, and then for white and black. And then if I need to refresh my overall opening preparation, I'll do it overall, an overall thing rather than focusing on individuals, and then take it from there. Okay, right. So that's the calendar. Let's have a look at the ratings. How are the ratings? Have my league games gone on yet, Alex, or am I still flying high at -2?
Well, have you sent them in?
No, because I update them after they've done them. Okay, so my games aren't on there. So I'm going to be dropping a load of rating points because I've got a couple of draws on this to go on that haven't been added on yet. But yeah, okay. So, I didn't think you were +21 before, Alex.
I wasn't. I play. Like I said, I play chess, mate. Every week I'm playing chess.
Every week you're playing chess, are you? Right, okay. Oh, you managed to beat a 2,000 player. Well done, sir. They're good wins, actually, to be fair. For you.
See, in about a week, I've won as many games as you have in the last 6 months.
Yeah, that's true. I've won 2 games. No, 3 games in the past 6 months.
Oh, well, sorry. In that
3
case.
games.
Yeah, it needs to win 3 games. Thank you.
I've had 3 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. But the loss was right at the start of my 6-game streak.
Great.
Okay, well done, Alex, for gaining some points. It's like Alexis is coming down a little bit, but that'll be thanks to his loss to Greg. Surely he's only played 4 games. Whoa, Alexis, this is what coaching Welsh juniors does to you, man. There's 3 losses, 1 draw. He's dropping like a stone.
Yeah,
that is tough, actually.
I think he's just not active enough. It's difficult. Yeah. You don't play very often.
If you're out of shape, out of form, it's difficult to do anything. Let's have a look on who's the biggest gainers at the moment, though. So, well done to Patrick Bourne, putting the juniors and keeping them in their place. And I think there's a lot of familiar names up there, isn't there?
I think they just keep gaining every week, so it's the same people.
It's quite nice to see. I think Christian gained a lot recently and also Arush as well, and they're still gaining quite a significant amount already. 13 and 19 games. But let's go on to the main part of the grades, which is who's played the most games. Who do you think's on top, Mr. Bullen, as I just cast my eye over the chat to see what?
I can't remember who it was before. It was between Stephen Williams and Josh McKenna, wasn't it? I don't know if Josh has played enough to overtake him. I think they'll be level. I think he might have caught up but not overtaken him.
Let's have a look. Oh, he's pulling ahead.
Where on earth is he playing all these games from?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where he's playing them. Nobody cares.
No, I'm just interested. Like genuinely interested.
I tell you what, Josh McKenna, right? He's gonna be watching this, whether he watches it live, watches it on record. He's gonna be really seething right now, isn't he? Really seething. He's gonna be thinking, right, this weekend, there's no chess on. Although you mentioned some people are going to this Wells place, right?
Including both of them, yes.
Okay, they're both going, right. So
obviously,
Steve's going to mark Josh throughout this entire next few months, then, isn't he? He's going to mark him for every tournament he goes to, and it's the league chess. He's not going to be able to catch up. But I tell you what, Steve Williams, fair play, losing 68 points at the moment, but Josh is gaining 68, so maybe he can be happy about that.
He'll have the last laugh when
he will, won't he? He will, taking his rating. I mean, Sam Jukes is a creditable third, and so is Tom Brown as well. And he's in fifth here, eh? 27 games, Mr. Bullen.
It's hard work. I'm trying really hard. I'm 11 behind Steve Williams. You just can't compete, can you?
You can't compete with him. Let's have a look where he's played and see how he's got all of these games. I mean, Somerset Congress, Kidlington, South Wales Spring, Doncaster. Hang on a minute. Doncaster? Isn't that?
That is a long way.
That's a long way away. What is this Simon Bartlett?
Oh, yeah, I did. I was thinking about playing that, to be honest, actually, in Torquay. But it clashed with WCPL.
He didn't even play 5 games. He played 4.
But Josh McKenna played WCPL the same weekend. So Josh played 1 game, while Steve played 4. He's worked it all out.
Josh, I don't know what you're playing at there, mate. That seems like a really bad decision. You should have gone to the Simon Bartlett Congress and played 5 games, and you would have gained on against Steve. He's also played in the Cumberland Club Championships as well. Get that local league game in. Good to see a junior up top as well, or closing in. Although these juniors, they should really be playing more than this, shouldn't they? Or because they're not playing. I really would expect, for example, the teenagers to be moving on from rapid play now and playing long play league chess, pretty much a weekend tournament every single weekend.
It's reliant on parents, though, right?
Yes, it is. But
can you take me to Doncaster for the weekend? No. Oh, okay then.
Yeah, but I remember, and no disrespect to any parents watching, but basically you're not taking your kids to enough events. Because when I was young, I was pretty much at an event every other weekend at least. I remember that. And I remember it was being right. We're going here. We're going there. We're going here. It wasn't constant chess, but it was like every other weekend we were playing in some sort of tournament. Okay, there was probably some rapid plays dotted in and around, but and it was. I remember one when I was 11, 12. I was playing 3 league matches in a night. I was absolutely shattered. It was a great excuse to not do any homework when I told my teachers that. But I mean, to be honest, there should be some more juniors up here at the top. This is why they're not improving. They're not playing enough. Emma's down to 16 games. Ewan's at 14. Surely he must be playing more than that. It's only 3 tournaments since January. 3 tournaments, 2 league matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm being roasted in chat here, I think. What's going on here? Right. Quite right.
I like chat.
Yeah, you do like chat at the moment. You're destroying me. Fair play, chat.
Come on, you're giving it the big one, don't you?
I know. I love it. Anyway. Okay, right. Well, that's the ratings. Well done to Steve Williams. Josh McKenna is going to try and chase you down. And good luck to both of you. But I think as well, that's one thing that I mentioned, isn't it? Did I mention that last week? During the Welsh Championships, we're going to have an awards night.
The packet, yes.
Yeah, so I think we'll go to the packet. We'll have an awards. I was going to do maybe some sort of flyer for it or something like that, but just a reminder. So on the Saturday night, because the game on the Sunday is like at 3 o'clock or something. Let me just double check that actually before I start.
It is,
yeah. 3 o'clock, is it? Yeah, 3 o'clock. So the Saturday night we'll be in the packet in Cardiff Bay. I'll get some boards and some clocks down as well. We can play some blitz chess. And we'll award, hopefully, if Mr. McKenna's there, I'll award his little trophy for being the most played games for the previous 6 months, and then grill him why he isn't ahead in this 6 month period as well, which would be a lot of fun. Right, okay. People don't want to hear me talk. Alex, can you
Correct.
do you have anything to share to talk about the Welsh Premier League?
Yeah, let's
How
go.
Mr. Rathbone Jones is getting on.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Hide that on. Put that on for people. They can see just the very top. Do you want? Oh, yeah, that's okay. If you scroll down, it'd be bigger, won't it?
Yeah. It's so WCPL on the weekend on Sunday. We'll have a look at the results now. Abergavenny Cardiff. So Cardiff going into it on 100% and have missed a toss check out, beating Charles Morris. They even got me out for a game as well. Beat Lloyd Powell, Tom Brown, beat Richard Miles. And then we had 3 draws on the lower boards. Matthew Davis, Callum Davis, and Reggie getting us 1.5 win to keep up the 100% record there.
Just a quick question there.
Yes.
Is Reggie's first name Reginald or Mbia?
Reginald.
So why isn't it the other way around then?
I don't think they know who he is really.
Okay.
Because they also don't have his FIDE rating on the website and stuff. So I think they just think he's some mystery guy. But he's Reggie and he's from our club. He is Cardiff. So yeah, job done for Cardiff. We'll have a look at how the table is afterwards. Then we have North Cardiff playing White Knights. And top 2 boards, Jose and Tim, last season both played for White Knights. So a little bit of a crunch match there. But Jose beating Alexis with Black. And I'd say he's finding some form at a good time, Jose. Sort of just a couple of weeks before the Welsh. He's
going to need it.
So Tim and Alan drew. And then, then they started to sweep North Cardiff with Paul, Hugo, and Pete, getting good wins. You know, Alan Young, Jason Garcia, John Weatherly, good players.
That's 3 good wins there. I mean,
for a 5-1 win.
To be fair, that White Knights team is strong all the way down, isn't it?
I mean, they won last year and they've now lost 2 matches, 5-1 in a row. So North Cardiff obviously looking ominous. I think when you looked in the earlier rounds where they had Tim on 1, they were still a good team. But you think just having Jose on 1 and Tim playing, Pete Heaven on 5, that's a pretty serious team. So
there's a question in chat here that might. I mean, I'm pretty sure the answer to this is yes, and it's probably like a few £1,000s per hour played. But do people pay them to try and qualify for Europe? Is this linked to the European clubs or something?
So the top 3 teams, I believe, qualify for the European Club Cup if they want to go. And I know that Joe wants to send a Cardiff team. I think we've probably already qualified. But he's quite desperate to get a team to go. In terms of payment, I think nobody will really get paid. I'm still negotiating my fee for this game. So we'll see what Joe can stump up. But nothing's arrived in my bank account yet. So it's pretty poor on his part. And then finally we had Newport Full Ponty. And good start for Newport, Peter and JD Turner, getting wins against Lee Davis, John Gilbert. Board 3, last chess chat viewer, Sam Dukes, pulled one back for the Full Ponty. And we see that Newport actually hung on for a big win, 3.5, 2.5, in a match where they were pretty outrated. I think certainly on the lower boards, outrated by a lot. And Robert hung on to clinch the match win for them. And
that's just interesting. Is there a load of people there that haven't entered the Welsh Championships yet that we think could make it in? Because I'm seeing names like Peter Varley, David Joseph Turner,
JD Turner and Lee Davis. I expect to play. To be honest, they seem to play every year.
Yeah,
it's these are the guys. I think like Alan Young, Jason Garcia, Paul Hatchett, Hugo Fowler.
Yeah,
are the ones I expect the majority of those, have played in recent years. Maybe Charles, yeah, of course, last year played. Probably not so many up here though. But yeah, there's potential, isn't there? So if we look at the table for the open section, so Cardiff 4 wins out of 4, North Cardiff 3 wins, but a lot of game points considering they've lost a match. So I mean, when these 2 teams play, it's pretty much title decider.
Yeah.
So North Cardiff would have to win, but if they field that team, then it's going to be pretty scary.
Just going back to that, the White Knights, they sent a team to the European Club Cup last year, was it?
They did, yeah, they did. There's some really good results, I think.
Yeah, and they obviously have a good time as a team as well. Great team ethos there. But are they going to potentially struggle to finish in the top 3 to qualify this year?
I mean, I guess what helps is they have played Cardiff and North Cardiff now, so they've probably got to play some of the teams down. They're not free wins by any stretch, but you'd make them favourites probably for their remaining matches. Yeah, and maybe they have a big match against Morriston, and it might be a winner takes all when those two teams meet for the last place. So I assume North Cardiff will finish first and second, or second and first. So yeah, and then under 1850, we had North Cardiff Pumas with our man Josh McKenna on top board, beating Ian Eustace.
Oh, Josh, that was... I mean, to beat Ian Eustace, you like offer him a draw, don't you, before you checkmate him?
So yeah, it was I think quite an interesting game. I already saw it once. Ian Eustace played a London system and just went hacky. So I don't know how Josh turned it around. I assume this match score was 2-2, not 3-1, given that there was a default win here. But so I think that was a drawn match. And then White Knights, well, they may not be having much success in the Open, but their under 1850 team had a big win against North Cardiff Lions. I guess all juniors, not Liam Penny, but some juniors there hopefully learned a lot from their experience anyway. And then full Ponty against, I'm going to say Castle Ned, because Johan's not on the call. Sharing the spoils in a 2-2 draw, and Cardiff Tigers beating Abergavenny to complete the double. Interesting. I think these guys did play, the ones who got the default win, so everybody did get a game. And then the table, I think it's pretty close.
Good to see a lot of junior names in there as well. Blooding in, shall we say.
There's lots of opportunities, I think, given to players, because they probably think it's, I think every team wants to win the under 1850, but it's not field your best players at all costs. It's nice to give the opportunities out. And it's made a very competitive division with 3 teams on 6 match points. And they've still got 3 rounds to go because they've got an extra team in there.
Okay.
So we'll keep in tabs with that. The next weekend, I think, is in April. I know Cardiff don't play. We have to buy, but we'll check results after those ones.
Cool. And just answering, I guess, a chat question, shall we say, talking about the Sunday day game on the Welsh Championships. For people travelling from far, why have 2 games on the Monday? Because you have to stay for an extra night for it. Well, I don't. I drive back Monday night after my game. And if I remember, not last year, but the year before, I think I played like a 6-hour game against Tim or something like that and lost, and then had to drive home. that was like a really miserable drive. I'll tell you that much.
I remember it fondly, John. I remember it fondly.
I know, yeah, because that last day I lost both games, didn't I? I was just like, in a chance of winning the Welsh Championship, and then on the last day lose 2 games. Don't even finish in the top 3, top 5. Got
leapfrogged by this guy.
Leapfrogged by some mug over there, some 2100 mug.
I don't think I was 2100 back then, to be honest.
No, you might not have been. Oh no. But yeah, I mean, I think the reason for the one game on the Sunday is obviously it's Easter Sunday, isn't it, technically? So I think that's the reason. But I mean, it's meant to be a championships. So if anything, I personally think it should be a game a day at some point, and we should be spreading it over a week. But not that I would want to stay down there for that long, because it costs me more money as well and more time away, which I wouldn't be allowed to do. But for a championships, it should be more along that, and maybe a major open alongside it. Maybe they can change that the second tournament, so it's only like 6 games then, or something like that. Would that be something that you think would get more entrants?
This sounds like the worst to do ever. If you tried to hold 1 game a day over a week, there'd be like no entrants in the championship, right?
Okay, possibly, yeah, true.
I wouldn't take a week off work to play the Welsh. Like, no chance.
Well, that just shows how much you care, doesn't it? Hey? How much you care.
Take a week's annual leave to spend it in Cardiff. That's like the break in the golden rule.
Yeah, yeah. But what do you think about the suggestion, though, of maybe the major open or the open being maybe 1 or 2 rounds less than the closed section?
I think it's good that it's 7 rounds. I think it makes it different from a normal weekend tournament. Whether the scheduling, whether they say is the argument that they'd rather have a game just Friday evening, and then 2 Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like it used to be, because that was the old format, and they changed this one up. I probably didn't mind so much, though it used to start very late on the Friday, which was uncalled for. But I don't mind the format. But again, because I live in Cardiff, it suits me, I guess.
I think it's one of those things where you can keep changing things and changing things and changing things. You have it as it is. Somebody says, "Oh, I'd prefer it to be this way." You change it, and then 10 more people say, "Well, hang on, why did you change it? You've made it worse for me now. Change it back," and then you made it worse for another 50 people, and then it just keeps spiraling like that. You can't. It is what it is. If you like it, enter it. If not, then don't enter it. But the way I see it is, it's 4 days of chess, and I just write off anything else in that section.
So here's one for you. Would you rather it was 8 rounds then, and have 2 games on the Sunday as well?
Yeah, I would.
And then everybody gets 4 whites and 4 blacks?
Well, not necessarily. I'm not even bothered about that part. Well, never my current record anyway with blacks.
So. Oh, because you probably get 4 whites every time, don't you? Yeah.
No, I don't want 4 whites, though, do I? I mean, judging by my results.
Did you get 4 whites last year? I'm trying to think now.
Probably. Can't remember.
You were white in the last round, so definitely.
Yeah, well, maybe. Yeah, okay. Well, that's that one. What else have we got to talk about today? Let's have a look at Mr. Rathbone Jones is in Prague, is he? Did we cover this? How did he get on?
Oh, do you want me to get his results up?
Oh, well, we can both. I thought you might have had it up, seeing as you mentioned it, but only if you know. Let's see how did Mr. Rathbone Jones go? Did he get any scalp?
I have it now.
Any rating?
So
if he didn't gain any rating, don't tell us.
Well, there's an interesting point as well. And okay, so Ifan, he lost 1.6 ELA.
Okay, well, that's not terrible. That's not terrible.
Performance from 1927. So I'd say he pretty much performed at rating. Like, obviously, given that he lost to 2400 IM, beat the 1500. That's where we saw it after these 2 games last week. Then lost to 2100, beat a 1400, drew with the 2100. So he broke the yo-yo.
Yes, breaking the yo-yo.
Lost to 2100, went back into yo-yo, beat 1700. Lost to 2000. Which is pretty close to his rating. Probably will be disappointed. Then didn't turn up against a 1400 this morning.
Well, I don't blame him. I'll just go home.
So this is my thing that I will say. I think, and I know he sometimes watches it, and it's not a personal attack on him. But I think if you don't want to play the last round of a tournament, just say before they do the pairings, "Yeah, I don't want to play. Actually, going home."
Yeah.
Don't wait for pairings to be published and don't turn up, right? Because some people, I don't know, might have paid from some place £1,000 to potentially play a tournament, or £900. You're saying that's £100 a day. So why should this guy, who probably is a junior, he's 12 years old, why should he have to sit there for a half hour and an hour while his opponent doesn't bother to turn up? I think that's really bad form. And if I organised a tournament and people didn't turn up to games, I wouldn't let them enter the next year. I'd be like, well, because you're robbing people, unless you've got a legitimate reason. Obviously, if you're very unwell or you have an emergency, fine. But the people who wait to see the parents, I'm playing a 1400, don't want to play them. Well, don't play chess if you're scared about losing to a 1400.
Yeah, it's the mentality, isn't it? And I mean, obviously we don't know the individual circumstance, but I'm pretty sure some people would look at that pairing and go, well, that's a 1400 with a 1780 performance rating, which is definitely a negative EV kind of pairing, shall we say. But look, it's still going to learn from it, though, right?
It's just East European tournaments. Well, it's not East Europe; it's Central Europe. But it happens all the time. They just last round, they're like, nope, don't like my opponent. They all just don't turn up. You get so many of them. I just think it's
because you were telling me this before that this is quite a common occurrence over there. They just don't rock up. They basically just go home.
I mean, Ifan also did it in South Wales International, but other than that, you see maybe once or twice the international it will happen. Not in like 10 games in the last round of a tournament. That's crazy. Because that when it's one, yeah, you could say there might be something going on. If there's 10, they're not all ill or all have emergencies, right? The majority of them have gone, nah, not playing him. Nah, don't fancy that.
It's bad. I mean, it seems like it's the culture, though, isn't it? This is a culture thing, where Central, Eastern Europe, maybe other places as well. South America, Cuba, I think has had a bad tradition of doing things where like prearranged draws. If, say, for example, somebody's norm hunting going into the last round, people say, "Oh, I'm not going to turn up." Or I'm only going to turn up if you pay me some money, and I'll throw the game for you, or something like that, so you can get your norm. It seems to. I know I've never actually experienced or witnessed any of this myself, but I've heard a lot of stories about this happening, and I don't know why that stereotypical kind of, I don't know, old man, going, I'm not turning up otherwise, and this kind of attitude, it just stinks really, I don't want to see that.
I think you get a reputation. I think in Wales, people probably wouldn't want to get their reputation because there's so few players. You know everyone.
Mm.
So if you start doing that, people will say, "Oh well, that person, he'll always not turn up for games, etc." And people will know you for that. I guess in a country where there's a federation that has tens of thousands of members, it's not such a big deal because not everyone's going to know you.
Yeah.
So I get why they do it, but it used to happen a lot when I was in Croatia, when I was in Serbia doing it, and I think it's just this obsession with ratings, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got quite a lot of experience over there, haven't you, from your historical past? Historical past? What kind of phrase is that? Stupid phrase.
Well, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get and there you'd get all even more shady stuff in Croatia. You'd get players on the fourth or fifth board not turning up for games because they've just been bunged, so the other person can get a prize, but they don't want to lose their rating points in accepting the bribe, so they don't turn up. And someone who's currently in fourth or fifth doesn't get an opponent, gets a free win, and they finish second or third in the tournament and split the prize money or something. It's like all that shady stuff. So that's worse than not turning up because you don't like your opponent. Like, at least you're not being corrupt. But yeah, there's levels to it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very shady stuff. Not playing. But one thing that I always a big believer in, is that even if you're not very well as well, sometimes playing the game is so important. But just for the long-term approach, you need to play games in order to get better. And every time you withdraw, every time you take a half-point bye and miss that Friday night game, or you think, oh, I'm too tired to play 3 games in a day, whatever it might be, oh, I want to rest or whatever, you're missing out on an opportunity to learn by playing that game. You're missing out on an opportunity to extend your stamina in playing games, and you have to play. It's one of the biggest parts of learning how to get better, because everything that you learn from that, the post-analysis is huge. And you've got to have the right mentality to do that. And running away from playing games against low-rated players is not the way to do it. Okay, well done to Ethan for going over there and playing and getting some games. Yeah, I guess I could show you a game. I could show you the position, actually. That might be just a little bit easier, actually, rather than showing you the whole game, because it's... what's this that I've got loaded up? I don't know.
Whilst you're getting out, probably just to shout out, because Ethan, I know, is playing another few tournaments as well over the course of the next few weeks, even before the Welsh. He's pretty much back to back. He was telling me
wow,
at the last one. So we'll try and find out what he's playing next and cover it on the next stream. And I'm sure you'll watch this at some point. So good luck, Ethan, and we want to see you turn up for that last round game as well.
It's amazing. It's fantastic that he's putting so much effort into it as well, and traveling around, and long may that continue.
Maybe you can even send us a game as well if he plays any that he's particularly proud of. I think it'd be better than seeing John's league matches. So
it is. These are terrible. I'm telling you, these are absolutely horrific.
I'm impressed you can remember just a random position. Right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no rook on white, but yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, this looks like about right.
You were black, I assume.
Yeah.
No, it was a French.
No, I was white. I was white, and I basically just swapped off a pair of rooks just to basically, because I realised my position was terrible, and doing this H pawn advance was just shocking. And I was going to put like my queen and rook here and here or something and try and just checkmate him, and it just did not work at all. But basically, it's black to play in. Sorry, it's white to play in this position, and I just basically completely blundered something here. And I went g3, which I thought was a sensible move. It turned out not to be that sensible, but it did. I did not lose the game, so I'm quite happy about this. So, what did I miss here as white? What did I miss? And I kind of half saw it, but maybe half wasn't watching.
Well, and this that doesn't work. Oh no, it does work.
Johan's been at a league match.
Oh, Johan's been at a league match.
Yeah,
you didn't bother telling us.
Let me read this out loud on stream. So Johan's put, "Oh shit, I only just remembered it's Thursday. I had a league match that I completely forgot about until my match fee landed in my bank account at 5 p.m. My God, the way I mean, tell you what, this is what people playing in these posh leagues get, eh?
He gets paid before the game, and Joe, the Premier League was 4 days ago. I still not being paid.
Come on, Mr. Fatala.
Get your money out. Did he win his match? Did he say?
He hasn't said, so
no, he lost then, didn't he? Otherwise, he's been blabbing away about.
Yeah, he would have been on stream now if he'd have won.
Yeah,
it's not a good enough excuse, to be honest, to play a league game. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, right. Black to play in this position. Come on.
So knight takes e5.
Mm.
D6, e5, d4, knight e4, queen b1 check.
Correct.
Black's a pawn up in a queen ending.
Yeah, in fact, he actually took this one rather than the e-pawn.
I guess it doesn't make a difference, or does it? Oh, well, I would take e5 makes a big. I'd take on e5, 100%.
Yeah, I think maybe e5 is a bit better, but I would have gone
in knight f3 check as well, so he kind of has to take it.
Yeah, this is true. So it's a bit more forcing, isn't it? This a3 stuff doesn't work. He's got knight b3, so therefore that doesn't work. So I was in this position thinking there's a cut match. We've won one board. We're looking down, and it was going to be a win. The others have been drawn. I'm thinking, damn, I could be the reason we go out of the cup if I lose this game, because on board count, my board counts for more, doesn't it? How do I play? How do I save this game? Which I was quite happy about, actually, when I looked at it afterwards, because the computer says I've only got one route to equality. There's only one way there. And I guess it's kind of nice when you see it.
I mean, it can't be to take on c5. I just can't believe that's not. Maybe takes d4. You have one move to do something.
What do I play to draw this game? It's not even to win. I don't have any games where it's me to win. It's just to draw.
Can you go knight e4 now?
Knight e4 now. Queen b1 check.
Oh, I've just blended a whole piece.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's a bit late maybe for you, perhaps.
Well, you know what I'm like in doing tactics anyway.
Yeah, I know. So I was really tempted just to go queen e3 here and just play a pawn down and use my powers to hold the game against a slightly lower rated opponent. But actually, I can take, and after d4, the amazing, which I blitzed out, king f1.
The amazing.
Which I just thought was just amusing. This move, king f1, is just so nice. Because obviously, if queen takes knight, then queen takes queen, pawn takes queen, and my king comes to mop this pawn up and gain the pawn back that I've just lost. And if he takes with the pawn, then I've got queen d8 check, queen back to d3.
That's
He's got some blocks that make it a little awkward, but he didn't even try them in the game because I can just take and still be fine. So yeah, I was quite pleased with this king f1 move. I thought it was just quite nice.
Yes, you weren't pleased with your previous moves, but you at least saved it.
No, I at least saved it, so I was quite happy with king. I guess when I realized things had gone wrong, and I'd given up like trying to win the game and just thought there's nothing in it, and then took my eye off the ball as I normally do, and then had to wake up again. Okay, well, that's kind of bringing us towards the end. We would go through the British Rapid Play, but I've just had a search on chess results, and I can't really see much, unless it's on the English Chess Federation. I mean, surely they would put something about the British Rapid Play winners, shouldn't they?
You'd think so.
Yes, they did. They did. So let's pull it over just for a second, actually, because one of the most positive streamers and YouTube videos and book writers, Danny Gormley, is the British champion. And actually an amazing performance by Trisha Kanyamarala from Ireland, who's the British ladies champion, I should imagine. First player from Ireland to become British ladies champion. Yep. And they actually tied for first place in the whole thing. So, and then Danny beat her on the tie breaks in the playoffs, which was, fantastic for Trisha to get up that high. Because on rating she's not there, but I think she probably plays in Title Tuesday every week, and obviously improving. And this is the entire one. So they finished ahead of Yishan Han, Peter Wells, Gasanov, Artur Daviatan, whoever that is. I've not heard of him before. Shresh Royal, Jacob Boswell, Jonah Willow, Graham Buckley, all these IMs.
Her brother
Tarun, who surely won't be happy with this, but obviously happy for his sister. Freddie Gordon, who people know. More IMs down here. Grandmaster Mark Hebden down in 26th.
Where's Bodhana?
Bodhana down here as well. We know how good she is. And then, don't worry, we'll get to the Welsh players soon. And fair play to those guys, by the way. So we've got Luis Ortiz Sanchez and also Peter Davies as well, who played in the British Championships representing Wales. So well done, guys, for playing in the tournament. I hope you had a good time.
5.5's 50% as well. So,
5.5's good.
In the middle. And
5 points, it was only half point behind. So not exactly done badly at all. So well done, guys. Good to see entrance there. Wish I could join you on all of these events. But
I'm sure at some point there'll be a Welsh winner of this.
It could well be, couldn't there? I mean, if we actually send a contingent over, right? We send a proper team over there, like about
me, you, and you.
Well, if we get the Welsh Championships, right, and we maybe take the top 10 places, and we get a big mini buzz, drivers all over there, right? We're going to attack the British Rapid Play. You know what? We've got great chances then. I think that would be great. Okay, right. Well, I'll leave you with a picture of the two winners from this technically Welsh included event, the British Rapid Play. Yeah, thanks very much, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.